We are heading to the factory of sadness, the land, Cleveland. This is for you, courtesy of the Flex Zone podcast, continuing our 2025 NFL schedule breakdown, going through each franchise, giving you the win-loss predictions from yours truly, God's favorite host. Make sure you tap with that thumbs up, sack that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, blitz that bell. You know the drill by now. And anything you do will help us be into the YouTube algorithm. And hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. And maybe, just maybe, the Browns will not have the number one pick in 2026. They got a first round pick. They traded it to the Jacksonville Jaguars so they can get Travis Hunter. They eventually drafted Shedeur Sanders. They drafted Dylan Gabriel. I think they had a really good draft person, if you ask me. Quinshon Judkins, Mason Graham. I think they had a really, really good Carson Schlesinger, the linebacker. I think they had a really good draft. I give them a solid A plus. Now the question of it all is, Browns fan, when does Shedeur start? Because it's not going to be Kenny Pickett long term. It's not going to be Flacco long term. We'll see them. We may even see Dylan Gabriel, but I think Shedeur Sanders is the ultimate guy that could possibly give Cleveland the quarterback that they haven't had since they let one walk away, free agency in Baker Mayfield, and then they signed Deshaun Watson. We can't forget about that fiasco, the worst contract in the history of sports. But here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Let's get into the schedule. And as you hear the wonderful sounds of Dr. Disrespect, because there will be nothing but red skies over the land. And it sucks because Cleveland, even in basketball, they had the best record in the NBA in the East anyway, 64 wins, and they are ousted in the conference semifinals. Don't even make it to the conference finals. And I must say, the Browns logo is the most basic logo in sports. I mean, come on now. A brown helmet makes me think about, I don't know, what can Brown do for you? UPS. I kind of prefer the dog. I should have used the dog logo, but the dog pound, this is for you. Speaking of the dog pound, I actually do got something for you, good old folks out in Cleveland, because the dogs will be barking. One thing about you guys, you are a loyal fan base. You've suffered a lot, but we love you here on the Flex Zone podcast, and we just want to know we're barking with you. Let's get into the schedule. Week 1 against Cincinnati. I actually think they win. Now the question is, when does Shedeur start? Well, their bye is not until after week 9. So maybe week 10 against the Jets. Maybe week 10 against the Jets, November 19th. We'll get to that in a second. I think they win week 1 against the Bengals, the Battle of Ohio. I said that when I did the Bengals preview. Like I said, I think the Browns win week 1 and everyone gets so excited and thinking they're going to win the Super Bowl. But then they go to Baltimore week 2. I think that's a loss. Green Bay week 3. You know what? I'm gonna say they pull off a shocker. I'm gonna say they beat Green Bay in week 3. I'm gonna say they go to 2-1. Then they go to Detroit. I think they lose. So I think they're 2-2 after 4. I think they're 2-2 after 4. Now the Minnesota game is overseas. I think they lose that. So 2-3. Then they go to Pittsburgh 2-4. Now I do think they could beat Miami at home week 7. That is 3-4. That's a CBS game. Then they go to New England at 3-5. So at 3-5 after 8 weeks, I think Browns fans might take that actually. Now, with the bye week at week 9, do we see Shedeur week 10, week 11, or week 12 against some tough teams? The Jets, the Jets may not be tough, so maybe the Jets, but Ravens, Raiders, 49ers, or do you wait till like week 14 when you have maybe Tennessee and you have Shedeur going there against Cam Ward? Now, that would be something. Maybe the 2 top quarterbacks from this draft class going at it. That could be something to look forward to. If it's not week 10, because I don't know if they'll start him against the Ravens. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll start him against the Jets, then give him a week heading into the Ravens, or they'll start him after the Ravens and maybe week 12 with the Raiders, 49ers, Titans, Bears, that stretch. I think that is where you'll see Shedeur. Like I said, I think you'll see Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco. I don't know who starts the season, like I said. If I had to say right now, man, I don't know. I don't know who's going to start. Is it going to be Flacco? Or is it going to be Pickett and then Flacco because of poor play? Then maybe we even see some Dylan Gabriel. But if the reports are saying Shedeur is better than Gabriel already, Gabriel may not even be on this team. Or Pickett or Flacco may not be on this team. I don't know. But I think what they did in the draft, they got 2 running backs. Like I said, they got Mason Graham. They got a lot of good pieces. Now, the quarterback question, if Shedeur is the guy, or even if Dylan Gabriel's the guy, that will really elevate them. But like I said, I have them winning against Cincinnati. I have them losing against Baltimore. I have them beating Green Bay. So I have them 2-1, then 2-2 after the game with Detroit. Then I have them losing to Minnesota 2-3. And then Losing to Pittsburgh 2-4, then 3-4 against Miami, then 3-5. So 3-5 heading into the bye. I think Browns fans would take that 3-5. And then I have them losing to the Jets 3-6, losing to the Ravens 3-7, losing to the Raiders 3-8, losing to the 49ers 3-9. I think this is where the snowball effect comes in and where you could see Shedeur somewhere after the bye. Then I think you beat the Titans. That is what, 4-9. Then I have you losing to the Bears 4-10, losing to Buffalo 4-11. You always get Pittsburgh at least once a year, Cleveland. This is a late one. So I think you win 5 games. So 5-12. Yeah, because I think you beat Pittsburgh week 17, and I think you lose to Cincinnati because could be a situation for Cincinnati to maybe even win the division or Cincinnati to make the playoffs. So I'm thinking 5-12. I think a nice 3-5 start, and then it snowballs because you got some tough games. You got the Jets, you could win that, but Baltimore, Raiders, 49ers, Titans, you could win. Like I said, I think they win that. Bears on the road in December. You got Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati to end the year. That is going to be brutal. Like I said, we'll definitely see Shador no later than week 14, 15, because I think you want to get a good look at him. That's why I say maybe after the bye week. Does week 10 work? Maybe get him a week against the Jets. Then you can play the Ravens in the division, see how he does. Raiders, 49ers, Titans against Cam Ward. We can really see him thrown into the fire, see how good he can be. I think that is a big key. But I think 5-12 is fair. Maybe 6-11. Maybe I'll give you guys 6 wins. Maybe I'll give you guys 6-11. Maybe I'll give you guys 6-11. I think 6 wins is feasible because I could say you win one against Cincinnati, you beat Green Bay. I say, hey man, you may even beat Minnesota overseas because those games are always weird. I think you win one against Miami, you beat Tennessee, and you beat Pittsburgh. So I say 6 wins. I think the Browns get 6 wins, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Browns will win 6 games next year. 6 wins for the Browns is like them making the playoffs. They probably will still be in the top 5 to 7 draft range. But remember, they have the Jaguars #1 pick next year. So maybe the Jaguars also win 5 or 6 games. I'll be intrigued to see their schedule when I get to it. But that will be very, very intriguing if they can muster up six. Because I think Shador is going to bring that spark. I think Shador is going to bring that energy. Shador is going to bring what they want at the quarterback position. If he eventually gets to start, the fans are going to be behind him. He's extremely popular. I think if he can sit, like I said, for the first, 8, 9 weeks of the season after the bye, maybe come back week 10 against the Jets. If not, I'm starting him maybe week 12 against the Raiders. But I would say week 10 after the bye. I would say week 10 after the bye because then you could look at them against the Jets on the road, divisional for the Ravens, in Las Vegas against the Raiders, against the 49ers, who I think are perennial contenders for the NFC, the Titans against Cam Ward, at Chicago in the elements, Buffalo, who's a perennial Super Bowl contender at home, another divisional foe in Pittsburgh, and then Cincinnati, a divisional foe to end the year. So that's 8 games to really see what you have in Shador. Like I said, you'll probably see all these quarterbacks play, but I think Miles Garrett, Mason Graham, the defense will be good. They'll keep you in games, but the quarterback position and the offensive firepower because they have some good running backs now. But outside of Jerry Judy, they did take the tight end out of Miami, who's really good, but they don't have a lot of weapons on the outside. So wide receiver is going to be some struggles for them because if Jerry Judy's not producing, who is going to catch the football? And David Njoku, we love him. He's great, one of the best tight ends in the league, but is he going to be able to play 17 games? Hell, is he going to be able to play 14, 15 games? Now, if he's able to play 14, 15, 16 games and you can run the football and the offensive line can hold up, like I said, I could see them winning 5 to 6 games minimum. But hey, if they can get something out of Shador, who's to say they don't win 7 games? But I'm going to go 6-11 for the Browns. I was thinking 5-12, but I think they're sneaky. And I think they aren't as bad as they were last year. And I think if Shador can be what I think he can be, I say 6-11. Sign off down below, hit that subscribe button, strip sack it, comment down below, hit that bell, and let me know your thoughts on the Browns, their schedule. Do they have another #1 pick loading? And when does Shador start? I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comment section. It is the Flex Zone. We're doing all 32 franchises. Browns, here we go. Let me know your thoughts.